It's time now for the Peter Channel Morning News on this Wednesday morning, March 30th, 2016. And good morning to you all on this lovely Wednesday morning, March 30th, 2016. Here are your news and odds and our top story at 7:40 morning time on this Wednesday morning. As Donald Trump said Tuesday that he will no longer honor his pledge to support the eventual Republican nominee for president, while fellow candidates Ted Cruz and John Kasich refused to say whatever they would by the party's pick. Washington, the FBI's announcement that mysteriously hacked the knife when it is a public setback for Apple Incorporated as consumers learned that they can keep the government and not even as a encrypted device at the U.S. Donald Trump's favorite media outlet exposes his campaign's big lie, led top aide in court. Lamenka Cyprus, a Cyprus court on Wednesday ordered detention of 8 days of an Egyptian man who admitted to hijacked a domestic Egypt Air flight. The people who stand to benefit most from the minimum wage hikes across California are low-income adults, most of them are household breadwinners, according to analysts by UC Berkeley Center for Labor Research and Education. London, world stocks climbed near the highest levels of this year, and Wednesday as investors warned back to the expectation for how fast and how far the U.S. Paris late. The European authorities say they are holding at least 4 people in 3 countries that suspect links to a further plot to attack France. Nepal, Myanmar, slow transition to democracy took a moment to step Wednesday as a trusted aide to the ruling party leader Aung San Suu Kyi took over as the country's president officially had more than 50 years of military control over. Dubai, Iran's top leader on Wednesday said the missiles were key to the Islamic Republic's future for support to the hardline revolutionary guards that have drawn criticism from the West and tested ballistic missiles. Geneva, UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon called on all countries when they accepted nearly 500,000 Syrian refugees by the resettlement over the next 3 years. Montreal. Jean-Luc Pierre, a political broadcaster and former Canadian cabinet minister, was among 5 members of the family killed in the plane crash in Quebec. Tehran. Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei said missiles are necessary for the future of the Islamic Republic. Canberra, Australia. Australia confirmed the debris recovered from Mozambique mentioned that the Malaysian Airlines Boeing 737 aircraft for recorded that could have come from the MH370. A Mississippi woman is pleading guilty after 40 days accused her of the fiancé trying to join ISIS. Jalen Deshaun Young Twain was charged with conspiring to provide material support to the terror group. The case was all about fair share fees, especially if a majority of the government employees at a particular site, like a school district fire department, would unite, that the union becomes the representative for all those workers. Brentwood, New Hampshire, a judge was ruled that the gun used to kill Pablo Spot Thomas, but Greg in 1990 will be returned to its owner. Washington, U.S. officials say the Pentagon will be deployed to the Army Brigade to combat the Eastern Europe next Friday as part of an ongoing effort to retain troops in and out of the region to research allies more about the threats. Milwaukee, Donald. In local news, Attleboro fire heavily damaged a home in the Dodgeville section of the city Tuesday night, killed a dog. The fire was reported shortly after 7 p.m. in a 2-story home at 43 Marjorie Street off South Bay Street, Route 152. At least one of the home's residents was home at the time of the blaze, and they were not injured by the firefighter was taken to the Steady Memorial Hospital for heat-related injury and a large drug in the home, fire officials said. Flames were coming out of the first floor front window at the side door where the firefighters first arrived. Deputy Fire Chief Ed Grief said extra fire engine crew was called to the scene due to the amount of the flames, Grief said. November, 4 candidates for the schools committee for their approaches to handling the district's situation Tuesday in North TV's last debate. November, the 2 candidates for Selectman Drew Shop distinction of voters that are televised debate Tuesday night are each agreed on the town's foremost problems, but challenging the other's readiness to solve them. Boston, a Boston man facing connection and charged to connect to the shooting death at the center at a bar near Fenway Park in Manila, $250,000 in bail. Dominic Cupner Grady was held Tuesday after pleading not guilty in some Supreme Court to attempted assault and battery, several gun charges, and the Athletics given more than death of 29-year-old Jeff Cherry. Prosecutors said Commander Grady was involved in a gunfight at News on first about 2 a.m. on November 26th. Boston police have defied that Lindman was found shot to death in a private lobby in Boston. Fox gone off to buy a shop for $3.5 billion. German retail Metro 6 to split into two to speed growth. One will eliminate about 4,000 jobs in its commercial airplane division in the middle of the year, and another roughly 550 jobs in the division that connects flights and lab test company spokespeople told Reuters. State Street Corporation acquired GES and management from General Electric Company for up to $45 billion in cash deal expected to have $100 billion in the State Street's global environment assets under more management. In Paris hosted a delegation of Russian energy officials to review French natural gas needs and prospects for pipeline development. Gazprom said Washington terminates will pay $10 billion for using an illegal pesticide in the U.S. fertilizer that almost killed a family last year, federal officials said. Milan, Italy, Italian energy company Eni said it took over the operations at a frontier area in the deep waters off the coast of Morocco. Islamabad addressed chronic energy issues is one of the ways in which Pakistan can ensure its economic growth remains in the course of the Asian development makes sense. Washington charges that Exxon Mobil misled the public about the potentially impacting the environment attended by political motivations, the company said. Tokyo, Japan's American has joined Phil R. retail jets, Amazon and Alabama withdrawn Italy and hopes to begin testing soon in the golf course. Between 1970 and 2010, populations of fish stocks included tuna mackerel declined by 74%. Our new study published in the Procedures and Natural Academy of Sciences have unveiled that things can be improved in global action. The interest in sale was discovered and remembered the foundation of a monumental temple where it had been buried for more than 2,500 years. Pavlov, Alaska's most active volcano, represents Sunday after the scientists may have only had 25-minute warning before the eruption, but they say they always prepared. The Siberian unicorn will be interested in the last 1 million. Siberian game is actually closer to the us in history with one and fought. Researchers developed blood tests that can quickly spot concussion. There's no doubt that concussions are serious business at all levels of sports. Many people, U.S. households, are someone is pregnant or considered getting pregnant by the next 12 months are not aware. A key factor might think about according to a new poll by Average. A patient suspected of having Ebola was treated in December 2014 at a hospital before being moved to another facility for testing. In a year when many Americans are concerned about drug detection, terrorism, and the economy, President Obama Tuesday unveiled new steps that funded to provide medical treatment and assistance for millions of people addicted to heroin. The Dow up 972 points at 17,633.11. SP 520 55.01 and Nasdaq 4,846.62. Peter Chill News Hub, 748. Time now for a spot support. Last night, the Boston Bruins fall to the New Jersey Devils in New Jersey. 2-1. Celtics Bruins have the night off. Newark, it was a suggestion to a Devils winger repudiated that Tuesday night's 2-1 victory came against the desperate Boston Bruins team. The Chicago Blackhawks began Tuesday night against the Minnesota Wild, down one of their top three defensemen, Brett Seabrook, illness, and just a few minutes in the game, they lost the second Duncan game that they could be without him for several more. Columbus, Ohio. The United States came back in truck run. A birth 2018 World Cup and ended 4 different states with a 4-0 win over Guatemala on Tuesday. The image is difficult to dismiss as Greg Norman failed ball to ground display quarterback with a sneeze. The straw hat finally top of the head while holding wedge to the head. A last gasp effort. Having come in the now like close to the 15-volt as Augusta National Golf Club. No such thing as a can't miss. Peter Chill News Hub, 749 on this Wednesday morning. Time now for a Trevor Report. Let's study off for an hour. 95 minutes step by time, so for protecting all against the data permanence. 95 the north bad side, so for the airport connector work all against the data permanence. 185 the west bad side, so for Seacock all against the data permanence. Through the accident on 95 the south bad side, right the 60 connector during the permanence place ball. 60 connector is so for Route 6 all the way to Route 95 data permanence. Route 6 to the east bad side is so before the 60 connector. 295 the north bad side, and then so from Route 37 in Crescent all the way out to Route 12 in Crescent. Route 295 the south bad side is so after Route 6 in Johnson. 146 southbound side, so from Route 15 to Route 95, downtown Providence. 146 at the southbound side, accident. Ran 146A North Smithfield, so expect some delays. 146 southbound, so from Route 15 to Route 95. 138 to the eastbound side, it is so around the Japeside area, but Japeside, Newport, and Mount Hope Bridge result. Looking good. And in the Cape Board Bridge to the southbound side is a slow, tweet on the northbound side of the road. The border is slow, but Sagamore Bridge is looking from Sagamore to Orleans. Tweet, otherwise looking good from Board to Falmouth. 295 to the northbound side of it, so from Route 1 to Route 95 in downtown Providence. 95 to the northbound side, accident around Route 123 to Attleboro, so expect delays. And 95 to the northbound side from 123 Attleboro all the way after Route 1 and Church to it. That accident. 95 northbound before Route 485 in Mansfield. 95 to the northbound side of Wilson, Route 128 in Canton. 21 to the northbound side, so from Route 27 Brockton all the way after Route 128 in Canton. 128 to the northbound side, and then so from Route 28 in Randolph all the way out to Punk Bar Road. Route 3 to the northbound side, and then so from 228 in Rockland all the way to the Braintree Split. Southeast Expressway on the both ends, so from the Pike all the way to the Braintree Split. Mass back in the eastbound side, and then so from Route 9 in Framingham all the way up to Natick, and then breaks again from Weston all the way at the Austin Martin Tolls. 120 at the northbound side, and then so from Route 1 in Dedham all the way out to Route 20 Waltham. 120 at the southbound side, and then so from Route 1 in PBA all the way out to Lexington, Route 2 in the westbound side, and so from the Lexington stretch before Route 128, Route 2 in the eastbound side, and so from Belmont all the way into French Park Parkway, Cambridge. Route 495 to the northbound side, from Route 109 to Milford all the way after Route 90 Mass Pike in Westboro. Mass Pike in the eastbound side, slope before 485 in Westboro. 93 on the southbound side, so from Medford all the way into the Zachem Bridge. Route 1 on the southbound side, and then so from Route 60 to Revere all the way up to Route 93. 7 to Tuttle, it's slow. Calatel is looking good. Mass Pike on the westbound side, and then so from Logan Airport all the way up to South Boston. Route 3 to the southbound side, and then so from 495 and Lowell all the way up to Millwick, and hit breaks again before 128 in Canton. 93 to the southbound side, and then so before Route 128 in Redden. 93 to the southbound side, so from 213 to Methuen all the way up to 485 in Lawrence. 485 to the southbound side, and then so from Lawrence all the way up to Route 93. 485 to the southbound side, and then so up to Route 3 in Lowell. 485 to the northbound side, so up to Route 3 in Lowell. 485 to the northbound side, Lowell, so around 28 Littleton. Route 2 to the eastbound side, so from Route 111 in Acton. 95 to the northbound side, get around Route 1 in Denver's. Out in Worcester, 290 eastbound side, and then so for the Mass Park all the way after Route 9. Due to an accident on 146 northbound before Route 290 in Worcester, so expect some delays. At 290, you get an accident just ran Route 140 in the northwest Shrewsbury stretch, so expect some delays. At in Springfield, I 91 on the northbound side, so from Route 57 to Agmont, way after 291 in Springfield. Mass Park on the westbound side, so from Route 91 in Chickpea all the way up to Westfield. Down in Hartford, at 91 on the southbound side, so from Windsor Locks all the way to downtown Hartford. 91 on the northbound side, so from Route 9 in Middletown all the way to downtown Hartford. I-84 the westbound side, and then so from 291 inverted all the way to downtown Hartford. I-84 the eastbound side. Accident in Farmington, so expect some delays from I-84 eastbound from Farmington all the way to downtown Hartford. I-84 the eastbound side, and so from the Waterbury stretch. Route 8 on the southbound side, also the Shelton stretch. I-84, gonna connect around Route 7 in Denver, so expect some delays. I-91 on the southbound side, and so from I-95 to New Haven. 95 on the southbound side, and so from New Haven all the way to West Haven. 95 on the northbound side, and so from West Haven to Route 91 to New Haven. Merritt Parkway on westbound side, and so from Route 50 to Merritt Parkway eastbound side, so between 25 and 8 in Bridgeport. Merritt Parkway accident in east around Route 58, so expect delays on Merritt Parkway on the westbound side from 25 in Bridgeport all the way at the New Canaan. 95 on the southbound side, and so from Route 8 in Bridgeport all the way after Greenwich, Connecticut, doing an accident on 95 northbound between the Greenwich and Stamford lines. Highways and byways, New York City, Oswego, I-8, New York State Thruway in the eastbound side, and also from I-88 all the way up to I-87 to Schenectady, all these stretch I-87 to southbound side, so before 787 to Detroit, New York. New York State Thruway in the eastbound side, and then so before 490 in Rochester, New York, otherwise excluded from New York all the way up to the Pennsylvania border. Highways in Vermont are looking good. I-87 to southbound side, also after the Canadian border, but up in New Hampshire, 93 on the northbound side, also I-89 to 393 Cork, New Hampshire, 93 to southbound side, also the Derry stretch. Every turnpike slow after 293 Manchester all the way to Manchester Airport. Spalding turnpike is southbound side, also at Route 4, Durham, New Hampshire. And all the highways in Maine are looking good. Take a look at MBTA alerts at 7:55. Subway system is looking good on the commuter rail. Looking good, except Newburyport train 156, 7 a.m. inbound is operated 5 to 10 minutes behind, scheduled to a single power between Beverly and Salem. And on the ferry's day out, looking good. Peter Chaldusa, 7:55 on this Wednesday morning, and it is time now for a weather report. We have a wind advisory effect from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time Thursday. National Weather Service and additional wind advisory in effect from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time Thursday. Location includes eastern and southeastern Massachusetts, including the islands as well as all over Rhode Island. Wind southwest 15 to 25 miles an hour with gusts to 50 miles an hour. Potential sustained winds in excess of 30 miles an hour over the Cape and Downs. Time and development Thursday morning, the persistent and in the evening hours. Strongest winds around midday. The afternoon impacts had included the potential for the dead limbs and power outages. Driving challenges are high-profile vehicles. And wind advisory needs to wind sustained winds are sparkling speed 31 to 39 miles an hour. Gusts will range between 46 and 57 miles. Winds are strong cumulative. Some small tree limbs and branches possibly cause an isolated power outages. The driving also be difficult, especially for high-profile vehicles. Okay, 7-day forecast goes like this. For today, sun's got about 56 degrees. Northwest about 11 miles coming southwest in the afternoon. Tonight, most skies got about toward daybreak. Low at 40 degrees. Southwest about 11 miles gust size, 24 miles an hour. Thursday, most skies got about 66 degrees. The breeze around southwest about 14 to 22 miles of gust size, 41 miles an hour. For Thursday, showers likely be after one day, and most skies got about 56 degrees. And southwest about 18 miles an hour. With a gust size 37 miles an hour. Anticipation 7% new percent between the 10th quarter inch possible. For Friday, showers likely be before 4 p.m. Clouds got about 66 degrees. Southwest about 16 miles of gust size, 36 miles an hour. Anticipation 7%. Friday night, chance of showers made before 9 p.m. Most clouds come to about 42 degrees and anticipation 30%. Saturday, chance of showers after 3 p.m. Parts of the most clouds come at 55, about 32 degrees. Anticipation 35%. Sunday, chance of rain snow showers before 9 a.m. Mostly sunny skies about 42 to about 20 degrees. Anticipation 30%. Monday, sunny skies about 40 degrees. Monday night, chance of snow. Most clouds go about 26 degrees and anticipation 50%. And for Tuesday, chance of rain and snow. Parts of the sky about 41 degrees. Anticipation 40%. Currently in an alternate is first skies at 24, humidity 81%. That's going to be it for the Peter Channel Body News on this March 30th, 2016. Wednesday, I appear to you. Good morning and good Friday. Have a good day.